you down with me, down with me, down with me. Oh, you down with me, down with me, down with me. Oh, you down with me, down with me, down with me. You down with me, down with me. I got a crowd wrapping around the whole town for me. Name on my crowd. In the balcony. Nah, 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 I don't hear no clown talking foul on me. Won't shoot me down, send the cavalry. It been a while since I had time for me. Won't you get down with me, down with me, down with me? Max March out with the color, like my style, don't y'all? Nights like this, I wish I was with y'all. On my turf, roll out the Henry rocks. She like when I hit the receiver. Friend hop in, this is the four-seater. Radiate straight on them dirty. Majik, no fatigue. We don't get no hitter, we don't get no magaritas. Baby gon' throw your back out, tryna work, you'll need a breather. I need a break. Won't you get down with me, down with me, down with me? Oh, you down with me, down with me, down with me. Won't you get down with me, down with me, down with me? Won't you down with me, down with me? Won't you get down with me, down with me, down with me? Oh, you down with me, down with me, down with me. Oh, down with me, down with me, down with me. Tell me who you talking to. Roll up that Sinatra, fly la mama to the moon. She asked me what's my life path. Told her 55 south to the cab. So many copies I cried. Shout out South Street Tree and shout class. They don't want us to be who we're supposed to be, but we are who we are, and that's the way that it's going to be. They don't want you seeking for the truth, and it's hard to find it hidden right in front of you. Oh, oh, and I'm showing up, struggle. You put you in the bubble, and the brimstone will rain from our fire. Tell me that is what you desire. Control, 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 and I want control over me. You keep on surviving. Keep on surviving. We'll keep on surviving.
That same bullet killed a mumba. That same bullet stole Fred Hampton's thunder. That same bullet put Sam Cooke 6 feet under. That same bullet took Medgar Evers out. Bobby, another Kennedy. Put the nation of Islam up for the enemies. That same bullet traumatized would-be men. Turned would-be revolutionaries into Barbie and Ken. That saw Peter in the heater. We lost so many leaders. Many niggas turned automatons. Afraid to get shot down like Malcolm X in the Autobahn. That same bullet took so much young black potential just because they're black. They're perceived as a threat and containing that power in a premature death. Some just walk down the street, some for resisting arrest. Some at home in their bed, some just for taking a breath. Or for daring a dream, or for having success. This construct is tricky, it was made for a few. If you don't hold your peace, they'll come after you too. That same bullet is for population control. And we'll all have to face that dark night of the soul. If you gonna walk with your soul, if you haven't been told, you're gonna have faith. It's calculated and cold. That same bullet tries to control and appeal. A man like Huey Newton, this man Bobby Seale. That same bullet even shot at Bob Marley for preaching one love is a single authority. And that bullet doesn't have to be literal. They'll try to take a man down just for being political. Assassinate character with the click of their thumbs like a gun to make people go deaf, blind, and dumb. So overcome that we content with the crumbs. I keep reminding my son that's how business is done. And reminding my daughters to watch for verbal assassins. Should they decide not to cash and they like puppets, they control the strings, levers, and pulleys. And if seduction don't work, then they'll be back to bully.
Brown-skinned girl on the other side of the room. Brown-skinned girl staring with a brown eye. Ooh, baby, don't you know you're a cutie pie? Princess, little honey with a polka dot dress on. Ooh, Billy, lady whose name I don't know. Let me tell you, darling, ooh, 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 ooh. Brown-skinned girl with white curls round her neck. Brown-skinned girl, let me hold you close under the white moon. 'Cause baby, I'm ready, and you know that I'm waiting on you. Princess, little honey with the polka dot dress on. Ruby lip lady whose name I don't know. Let me tell you, darling, ooh, 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 Walk off the earth. So good. Be smart.
You should bet on me. Like I'm Apple in the 90s, you should bet on me. Gonna wanna get behind me like I'm 23.
Good.
Before Mikey was on Nikes, you should bet on me. Run like a stallion, chase your legacy. Keep it 1,000, self-made with no pedigree. Let them see you smiling on the front pages. Mama, I made it. Look at me. Smiling cause it's contagious. Do it for the haters. Make them lose sleep. You should bet on me. Like I'm Apple in the 90s. You should bet on me. Gonna wanna get behind me like I'm 23. Before Mikey was on Nikes. You should bet on me. You should bet on me. Got me on in the 80s. So me. It ain't have to be debated, I'm a certainty. You can't get these loves and Vegas, baby.
Roll the design. Lucky 7. Now I bet I roll 11. Hold me to my goals. I know I told my brethren we won't lead the turf until the turf is proud and hard like Kevin. I'm close to God like Kevin. Oh, $1 on my lips. Betting on me is investment. Been in the roof like Inception. I ain't just give me that protection. I got my son in 2009. You get exponential interest. Like Peloton, you can spin around without going nowhere. But
You should bet on me. Like I'm Apple in the 90s. You should bet on me. Gonna wanna get behind me like I'm 23. Before Mikey was on Nikes, you should bet on me. You should bet on me. Like I'm me out in the 80s, double down on me. It ain't have to be debated, I'm a certainty. You can't get these odds in Vegas, baby. Bet on me. It might not come easy, but who said it would? It won't happen overnight, but you know it could. Let them see you smiling on the front pages. Mama, I made it. Look at me. Smiling cause it's so gravy. 52 ways under my sleeve. You should bet on me. 24 with 3 rings going to more. The key so you
Hey, society.
ain't even pressure. Matter of fact, when the is on my back, we're even better.
Yes, if you do nothing else, you should most definitely bet on yourself because every round I'm going to bet on me. Much love and gratitude to everybody that's tuned in to this dose of Marz magic. I'm telling you, we have a dope episode lined up for you. Action packed from the field to the ring, all with a mic in his hands, y'all. We have joining us in the studio our brother Big Turq. Turq, how you feeling?
Yo, I'm feeling good. I'm blessed. Happy to be here.
Yes, I'm happy for you to be here as well. This has been a long time coming, but they ain't seen nothing. You feel me? We about to go up tonight.
Definitely.
And so, ladies and gentlemen, before I get into our formal introduction, and tell y'all a little bit more about who Big Turq is and what makes him him, let us go into our opening breath. If you are new to Marz Magic, we start off every show with the opening breath exercise as well as the affirmation, and we close out the same way. All right. So, what we do is we inhale through the nose, we're going to hold for 4 counts. All right. And then we will exhale through the mouth for 6. All right, so as we breathe in, let us breathe in strength. And on our release, let us let go of any tension that we might be holding. All right, ladies and gentlemen,
Remember, safety first. So if you're in your vehicles, do not close your eyes because I tend to close my eyes when I do intentional breathing. But make sure you keep your eyes open and focused on the road. All right. So 1, 2, 3, breathe with me. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Inhale for 4. Exhale. Yes. Let us remember to be mindful and intentional about breathing. May we always remember to breathe in clarity and exhale the heaviness. All right. Our opening affirmation for this round is I am not defined by what happened to me. I am defined by what I build from it. I am not defined by what has happened to me. I am defined by what I build from it. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, do know that this conversation is for educational, cultural, and inspirational purposes. The experiences shared are personal and do not replace professional or any otherwise needed guidance. All right, so we take what resonates and leave what doesn't, because the views and opinions expressed here are not that of WUTU or its affiliates, but that of myself and my guest. All right. So tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we are joined in the studio by Big Turq. And he is not just a rapper, he's a father, he's an entrepreneur, he's a semi professional football player. He's a wrestler in training. He is so many things, and it's so beautiful when our brothers have layers to them, right? And we get to peel them back like those little blooming onions and see all of the greatness that they possess. Nevertheless, knowing that there most definitely have been some obstacles and challenges to persevere and to keep them focused in on track. And so I'm always happy to have my brothers in the station to shine light on their experiences and what it takes for them to maintain not only just their mental well-being, but their spiritual well-being as well. All right. And so, Turq.
Yes, ma'am.
What's good? And I'm gonna tell y'all, from the very first time I met this brother, or at least remember meeting him, up until now, he's always had a smile on his face. Even when you knew like that smile was coated, you feel me? And it was like, yeah, today just ain't it. But what's up, Nexus? You know what I'm saying? So, Turq, if you would, for those listeners and viewers that might not be familiar with you in any aspect, a little bit about who you are, where you're from, and what your drivers are.
Yeah, for sure. First, I want to say thank you, Ness, because you always supported everything or anything I had going on that was positive. So I appreciate your support and always, having my back. But my name's Quantravius Cameron. First off, my stage alias is Big Turq. Uh, I've been doing music professionally or as a career now for about 5 or 6 years. Um, Outside of that, like you said, I'm an entrepreneur, non-emergency transportation driver. I help out the elderly, the sick, the needy, if you would. Father, husband, son, brother, uncle, all that, man. Just a man. So, yeah, man.
All right, so it's interesting that you said just a man, right? Um, and we know that we are closing out Women's History Month, right? And so, as a man, as a father, because you have a daughter,
Absolutely, too.
you're a husband, your son, like you said. And so, if you don't mind us starting off just with those women impacts in your life as a man and how they've helped to shape the man that you've become and even the man that you desire to be in the future.
Absolutely. So I would have to first start with my mother, because all my life I've seen her help people, love people, grind, hustle, you know what I'm saying? And just never give up on her own personal dreams and while pushing other people into greatness, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like, without fame, that does a lot more impact, you know what I'm saying? People's lives and the people that she's been a part of. But outside of that, my grandmother also, she impacted a lot of lives. She took care of a lot of people and just seeing how she never gave up on her goals, whether that was getting a degree in her 50s, you know what I'm saying, finishing college or whatever, and just staying like stern on what she believed in. And that's just hard work and staying, on the grind for sure. And one of my personal favorites, was Maya Angelou. I've always had like a fascination with her since I was a kid. I don't know why. Like ever since I learned who she was, like
Yes.
as time progressed, I just always had a connection to her and just her body of work and everything she was as a woman, a black woman.
That's powerful.
Oh yeah.
And so since you brought up Maya Angelou, right? If you would, because she is a very strong female influence throughout legacy, and not just with the legacy that she left throughout her poetry, but her story in general of resilience and defying the odds and things of that nature. When you think about women today in society, and I don't want to say that lack of inspiration and that lack of strength and courage, but how do you see the legacy that she's left behind for Black women to be empowered versus what we actually see on a day to day from our sisters from a male's perspective?
Um, I feel like so first, education wise, I feel like it's a lot of women who are in a position that they weren't in, like when she was around, or you know what I'm saying. I feel like she drove a generation to strive and know that if I did this, you can do it too. Now, on the flip side of that, you got a lot of people that, or I say some people who didn't go towards that direction. You know what I'm saying? They like whether it be what they call ratchetness. You know what I'm saying? Influence them. Different upbringings and that type of thing. But I feel like in a lot of women, especially of our race and our demographic, like she left a large impact on us. Especially when you reach the men too. You know what I'm saying? As a woman, you
Right.
feel me? Because I've been in certain situations where it's just like talking to some people or just in a group environment, and I'm not the only person that has her as an inspiration. You know what I'm saying?
True.
So I feel like she had a lot of impact, and she did what she was brought here to do. You know what I'm saying?
That's word.
Yeah.
And that was to be empowering. And so
For sure.
when we think about the legacy that she's left and her doing what she was called to do, let's talk about you and the legacy that you're building. Um and I guess we can go back to the start, because tell us a little bit about growing up and how you actually got connected to some of your passions like football, wrestling,
Yeah.
even music,
For sure.
and then how you decided to bring them all together.
Yeah. So I've always been a person that like if I want to do something, it's like time on it. You know what I'm saying? I don't let time or like, oh, it's too late or this or that. So first off, like as a kid growing up, I always heard about my father. My father was a professional ball player. He played. He was the first or second player drafted from Albany State University, Albany State College at that time. So just growing up and knowing like, okay, dad played ball, and then him telling me about his days. Dad, the ultimate. You want to be like dad when you a boy. You know what I'm saying? So with sports, it was always him and my brother Chris. He was an outstanding basketball player. So I would say my brothers and my father. When it comes to the wrestling side, I would say that's more so my grandmother. You know what I'm saying? That was our bonding thing. You feel me? On Monday nights or Thursday nights of SmackDown or
Right.
WrestleMania, her, me, and my grandfather. You feel me? like with her husband. Like we that's our bonding thing. You feel me? Because she not gonna understand like when I'm out with my homies and we talking about the rap and this or that, but like in those moments while we watching The Rock or John Cena, like we talking about life, here and there on the commercial breaks, she hit me with, how your day was, you doing right in school, you doing right by your mama, whatever. Whenever I was over there, so
Right.
I ended up learning like a lot of the characters and started learning like accepting the craft of wrestling. Like, cause we all know like the big thing was, oh, is it fake? Is it not fake? You know what I'm saying?
It's a sport,
Right.
like everything else.
Right, exactly. So, but also it's like the storylines.
Yes.
That's what gets you. So my thing is, it's like it's kind of like love and hip hop.
Yes.
People feed into that, and it's like y'all gonna believe that. So why can't I believe these storylines that they got going on? Because at the end of the day, it's soap opera.
It
You're
is.
acting. It's just you an athletic actor. You know what I'm saying? So I would say that I got that connection to wrestling with my grandma because her favorite wrestler was Shawn Michaels. And he's enigma. He's charismatic.
The heartthrob.
Yeah.
Yes.
He got the viral meme going around with Sexy Red right now where he's doing the little strut and all that stuff right now. So yeah, Shawn Michaels was her favorite, and that kind of ended up turning me to like the acting and the arts and that type of thing. Because like it all comes together with wrestling.
Facts.
You feel me? Outside of the fight, the fighting and whatever the antics, but the storylines and just that bonding I had with my grandma brought me to wrestling. And with music, like that goes back to just my big brothers as a kid, being around my aunt as a kid, being around just childhood. It's always hearing music. We gonna play music. We gonna like that's
whether it's cleaning the house on Saturday morning, whether it's at the cookout on Saturday, like it's always music around for sure.
So I started that real early, but it became like I won't say an obsession, but a thing where I like, oh man, like every day I get up, I got headphones in. Like even at school, it became like, okay, we about to put you out because you can't have this music in your ear. But I don't know what it is about music. Next is it's like a coping thing. You feel me? Like my discography is so deep with music. Like however I wake up in the morning feeling, whether it be gospel, rap, soul, neo soul, R&B, whatever. Like I can go to that exact mood. I feel like that's how much music I done listen to in my life. You feel me? Like I feel like this today. Let me play that. You feel me? And it ain't a thing of so much. It's like I need it, but it's just what I'm into. You feel me? I just love music. Like you feel me? Other people like it don't drove them up the wall. Like bro, can you turn that on? I had roommates, exes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like bro, you gotta listen to music all the time. Like I prefer that than
Right. And I mean, what better drug
than
music?
You supposed to feel it.
And it's so eclectic, and like you said, like music spans across so many genres, whether we're just listening to instrumentals, because I'm a low key, they say I pronounce it wrong all the time, but
what is that?
the lo-fi.
Lo-fi, yeah.
And I love it because I be talking about lofi. I be like, I like them lofi vibes, but it's lo-fi. And it's like, no, I can just sit there and listen to those beats and instrumentals for hours. And at some point, my baby's gonna get up, she gonna start dancing and be like, come on, ma. And it's just so much that music does for us as a people because it's like our first language is the beat of the drum, our heartbeats, the frequency of earth, you know what I'm saying? And that whole spiritual connection to sound and vibration. And that's the reason why oftentimes music gets tampered with so much by quote unquote industry, you know what I'm saying, in these systems, because if you alter the frequency enough, you really will have somebody like, hey, yo, turn that off, and I always go back to the whole hardcore rock and roll era when other people's parents were protesting music, and it was like, no, if you even listen to it in reverse, because I have some family there, Seventh-day Adventists, and at one point they used to have these little conferences, and I went, and it was about music, and they took a couple different songs and played them in slow motion in reverse. And it was like, yo, that's crazy what they can do with music. And the messages that they can subliminally place in your mental and your conscience. You know what I'm saying? And so when it comes to your music specifically, what goals do you have in mind for how they can help to shift the current state of music and how they can influence like the next generation of music listeners for the better?
Facts. Yeah, and the older I get, the older I've gotten, especially since I started 6 years ago and I was 25.
Right.
Like that's done changed. You feel me? I have records where I go back and like, damn, I said that. You know what I'm saying? But I know I was doing certain stuff at that time, but like you learn like, damn, I really have grown. And that's another reason why I like to do music, because it's like time capsule. You know what I'm saying? Like
you can track your evolution.
Yeah, facts. Like I've been listening to music from like 2016, 17, 18 that I was like in the closet rough drafting with, and be like, man, I don't really change just off of my content or what I'm talking about, that type of thing. I feel like music is game. You know what I'm saying? A lot of black guys or black boys, black men grow up without a father, and they don't have a single mother, or they in the system, or and you got those OGs on the song saying, like, when you ain't got a daddy, you can listen to them. They teach you how to talk to girls or be respectful to women, or like you got like a Tupac saying "Dear Mama," you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that. So, like, I want my message to be positive, whether that be hustling, being the best father you can be, husband, getting money, having stability for like your family. You know what I'm saying? We have fun too. We make fun music about the girls and beautiful women and traveling, and you know what I'm saying? Because
because that's a part of the life experience,
exactly.
Right?
It's the part of the journey, especially when you winning and you have those moments you want to celebrate, but to glorify, to make that the main message is something I try to stay away from.
Facts.
So lately, I test my sound a lot. I'll go deal with producers that I usually don't deal with, who don't have a trap sound. So it drives me to, talking about other content matter versus, hustling all the time and getting money, going to the club party, studios. Nah, let's talk about growth, development, starting businesses, being a positive influence to the youth, your kids watching you. You know what I'm saying? Be careful, Turq. Your daughter can YouTube this now. You know what I'm saying? She can, you know what I'm saying? So I ain't gonna sit up here and say I don't battle with that. You feel me? Because I don't want my children to, and they show their teachers. They show like they like when my daughter came to me and told me, "Oh, my coach was playing your song, Daddy." I'm like, "Ooh, which one?" And I don't want my music to ever be like, "Well, I gotta say, ooh, which one?"
Right, not that STS though, not that STS.
No,
don't
please.
take that to the teacher.
Don't baby, no. But like we be lit, and it's like, okay,
Yeah.
now we getting away from that. We like, okay, we're gonna be lit with purpose. We're gonna be lit with substance. We're gonna be lit
Facts.
with a message. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And ain't nothing wrong with it.
And it's not, and it's beautiful to hear that, you're doing something even now that your children are currently proud of, and not that they have to wait until you've transitioned or, made it to some quote unquote major record label to be like, oh no, my daddy is fire. Like, and that's dope, especially when, you're able to make music even that your children can be proud of and listen to and be like, yeah, that's my daddy. And I like this so much. I want the teachers to know, like, my daddy is out here rapping. He got them bars. So on like show and tell day, nope, my daddy coming and he finna rap and he gonna and it reminds me of like a scene from Abbott Elementary and like other shows when kids are like, oh no, I don't want my parent to come because they profession is gonna embarrass me, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, nah, my daddy fine.
Yeah, oh God. And that, my daughter, she made me feel so proud of that I don't settle. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times, and I felt like I go the most miserable in those times in my life where I was like, okay, I know I want to be doing wrestling training. I know I want to be doing, ball again. I know I want to do music, but I also have, a family of children to support. I have to, be logical. I don't want to sacrifice their well-being for my selfish desires. You know what I'm saying? So when she's like, takes me after the game, Daddy, how the game go? You know what I'm saying? When she can't make it, that makes me like feel like, okay, I'm good.
Yeah.
You know, I ain't overthinking like, okay, I'm not neglecting them and then they want to see me do what makes me happy. That's a big part of why I do so much. You know what I'm saying? I think that's why people get me misconstrued or they feel like, or it's just like the rapper thing, or how you gonna rap and do that and do that and do that? It was like, buddy, only if you know what we're doing on the entrepreneur side. Like, that's just what I like to do. I ain't saying they hobbies, you know what I'm saying? Like the rapping and wrestling and the music. Um, I mean I ain't saying that they hobbies. I have passion for those things, but like when it comes to entrepreneurship and starting businesses and that journey, I'm starting to like get obsessed with that, you know, to the point where I'm at YouTube University all night long, looking up any new business idea. I'm jotting stuff down while I'm working. Like, it's a lot of nations, but I'm blessed. You know what I'm saying? I can't complain.
And so before we get into the football and the wrestling a little deeper, tell me about the balance and how you manage to find balance between being a family man and also exploring your passions.
That's been the hardest journey, honestly. Is because it's like you don't wanna feel like you settling or like, y'all handling business and my family good and everybody straight, or I'm doing what I gotta do as a man, but it's still stuff I want to do. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to have that feeling. So for the longest time, I struggled with just trial and error. Let me try this. Let me just do football this year. Let me just go all in on doing shows this year, and let me do this. And you know what I'm saying? But after a while, you start to accept that you got so many things you want to do, and you just kind of just do it. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that like it ain't no bad times that come with that, because I don't feel straight on my face just doing stuff. You know what I'm saying? But like I feel like that's the journey in it. Ain't nothing gonna be perfect. You feel me? You want to avoid like you want to avoid the bad situations for sure. But I feel like it's growth in that. You know what I'm saying? You learn when you just like, okay, screw it. I don't know how I'm finna get to Dallas, Texas, but I'm finna go because these people want me to come do this show. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, have I got to gather this stuff to do it? Because especially when you're independent artist, you know what I'm saying? You have to do that type of stuff to find out who you really are. You feel me? You gotta like just go for it, you know? But I feel like I've been ready, to be honest. I really feel like I've been ready for this because I prepare. You know, I really that's the main thing. When you prepare for something, you don't got to worry about crashing out. You don't got to.
That's real. And ladies and gentlemen, I think this is a really good space for us to go to a quick commercial break. Don't you touch that dial. Don't you go anywhere, because when we return, it is more from our brother Big Turq talking about from the field to the ring, all with a mic in his hand. Yes, big action. Hey, and in the meantime, in between time, feel free to be a friend and tell a friend to tune in, because there is more where this came from. This is, oh, by the way, Do You Remember by Chance the Rapper?
Do you remember how you were younger? The summers all lasted forever. Days disappeared into months, into years. Oh, that feeling forever.
Remember the summer Lil Channel got a hold of his household. The same summer that widowed Gwyneth Paltrow. Back when I could trust in my dogs like household. My family the Sopranos, these niggas is altos. First album, every track could be the outro. Velcro to shell toes, things that we will outgrow. Used to rock South Pole, summers taking the 6 bus to South Show. Never sold out, but now we outsold. That was the summer I learned to love the great outdoors. Learn you get the fans if you can't keep your mouth closed. That summer left a couple marks like Groucho. That halo could turn hollow depending how low. That summer left a couple tan lines. I love my city, they let me cut the line on the damn rhyme. They walk on eggshells and landmines. They communicate with hand signs.
Do you remember how when you were younger, the summers all lasted forever? Days disappeared into months, into years, feeling forever. Do you remember how when summers lasted forever? Days disappeared into months, into years, feeling forever.
I remember the last summer of the teens. I can't recall too many summers in between. Will Smith, Genie, Donald Glover, Lion King. My daughter on the swing like the 2017 Cubs. My daughter mother double ringed up. Finger look like jean cups, the 2 lean cups. Used to have obsession with the 27 club. Now I'm turning 27. Wanna make it to the 27 club. Put the 27s down, Lord, give me a clean love. Took the ring about the box. I know this ain't no free love. This story arc so sharp that it made the streets flood. This the type of covenant you keep love, keep love.
Do you remember how when you were young, the summers all lasted forever? Days disappeared into months, into years, that feeling forever. Do you remember how when you were younger, the summers all lasted forever?
Summer everlasting.
Days disappeared into months, into years, hold that feeling forever.
Hey, Southwest Georgia 229. Everybody listening, wherever you are, whether you're in your cars, whether you're online, we thank you and give gratitude for you lending your ear, your energy to this particular episode of Marz Majik featuring our brother Big Turq. Yes. And the conversation so far has most definitely been one of inspiration and action. The brother does a lot, and we haven't even gotten to, what do we say, the tip of the iceberg with this one. But we are going to continue to dive deep into what makes Turq Turq, all right? And so far, he's provided us with motivation and inspiration when it comes to not only following our passions, whether it's one or two or three of them, but also about the challenges of being able to balance fatherhood and family at the same time. And sometimes we really do just have to say, just do it. And, you know, whatever the outcome is, we deal with it, good or bad, you feel me? But it's about us having that motivation, that courage, that determination to at least try. And when we try, we make ourselves proud. And in the midst of it, we also can make our children proud and show them, you know, what it looks like and what it takes to actually follow your dreams and your passions, so that they know at some point when it's their turn, they most definitely will have that support backing them. And so, speaking of support, Turq, what has that support system looked like for you when thinking about, you know, going from a youth doing sports to finding your way into music and saying like, oh no, I'm gonna go to wrestling training and see what that do, you know? So what has that support system looked like with you in all the adventures?
Yeah, Like a lot of my support, like I say, it comes from family for sure. Whether it just be that text message saying they proud of me or like, bro, what you doing wrestling, bro? But I know you got it, bro. But still, I just want to know what you think about. I'm like, bro, you're not gonna get it even if I told you. But like, I get a lot of support. I get a lot of well, just do it, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't stop, don't give up. Just keep following your passion. So I like where I'm at with support right now, and it comes in different waves. You feel me? And you'll be surprised like who watching. You know what I'm saying? That's the main thing I'm starting to like get me like I didn't even know you knew who I was. I ain't know you even knew like what I would be doing. You feel me? Because I'm meeting people in three different worlds when it comes to entertainment or sports. You feel me? I'm doing when I go to a football game, I'm meeting a network of people. When I'm performing, I'm meeting a network of people. When I'm wrestling training, because I do that in Orlando. So like that's a whole nother group of people. So I'm loving the support that I'm getting. I can't
Yeah.
complain about it.
And that kind of goes back into what you were saying earlier about character, and how you treat people as you move throughout life, because you are encountering, different groups of people, and you never know who is watching or what they are watching for. Because I know I walked into a room just Sunday and the brother was like, "Yes, I saw you on social media." And I'm like, "You saw me? You sure it's the right person?" And I think I be in my little disguise with all my crystals and my eyewear and like incognito. But it's like, girl, you stand out real loud when you into the room. But it's like, I don't expect people to for real know me to the point where they walk up to me and they're like, "Hey, Nexus, I've been seeing you." You know what I'm saying?
What? Who? But it just show like you're not being stagnant. You're not sitting
Right.
on your hands. You like you moving. You with the universe. You're doing what you're supposed to
Yeah.
be doing.
And that's a good feeling.
Yeah, it is. It's fulfilling for sure.
Yeah. So there's a flip side to that, right? Because there's a world of people who do not have that level of support, whether it's from family or otherwise. But they're amazing people with great talent, and they might be holding themselves in a space of stagnation because they feel like they lack that level of support. So if you could provide them with any words of encouragement or inspiration, what would that be?
That was me in the beginning. And the main thing in that is a lot of times it's fear. It's like you don't know. I believe in God. I believe in a higher power, the Most High. So um, it's like once you get over that fear, because fear that's of another. You're not even supposed to be scared to do things. You know what I'm saying? When you fearful, you already in the wrong mindset. So whenever you get rid of that fear and you just do it, you will see who's gonna support you. Because
Mm-hmm.
at first it was like, I ain't gonna do this because man, they ain't even gonna come with me to the show. You know what I'm saying, man? They ain't want. I got the tickets, like one. But then when I started doing it, it was like, man, bro, when the show is, I'm like, okay, yeah. And then I do something else, and they're like, okay, come three more people, and then okay, yeah, okay. Now they see you serious. You
Yeah.
feel me? A lot of times when you stop being afraid of what's on the other side of basically rejection, because that's really what we be afraid of, like being told we're not good enough, or bro, your music ain't what it is, or this or that. Once you get on the other side of it and be like, whatever come out of it, I'm gonna get better. You know what I'm saying? That's when you start seeing who's really your supporters. But I'm a firm believer in if you doing what you aligned to do, that support gonna come.
Yeah.
It might not
Facts.
come from the people that you want it to come from, and that be the heartbreaking thing a lot of times. Like you want this person to care so bad, you want this person to be with you on the journey, but a lot of times they can't go because they won't understand why you in that field or what you doing.
You
Or
better say that again for the people in the
I'm
back,
telling
but
you, this is like
everybody ain't meant to go.
they not.
You can't take everybody
And
along.
it'll drain you when you steady trying to, and they just don't get it. You know what I'm saying? It'll
Mm-hmm.
drain you out. You'll feel like nothing, and you know you done gave everything. You feel me?
Facts.
But once you get the ones that like, okay, I can't get them to support me like I want them to support me, but these people support me. That's who I'm rocking with.
That's word.
What it's a saying like I mess with who mess with me, or I rock with who rock with me. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? It kind of became that thing. So for the ones who don't got the support right now, stay in your field, stay in your lane. The ones that see you excelling gonna be there for you. and rock with them, not the ones that you got to drag and lead them with it.
That's real. All right, so diving a little bit more into football, right?
My first love.
First love.
Yeah, football for sure. I can't lie. I used to say music all the time, but in the beginning, when I was a kid, I didn't stay up all night with music. It was football. Like I'm watching highlights, I'm learning all the players' name, I'm playing Madden all night. You know what I'm saying? But football is like, so as an adolescent, it go back to like my middle school and high school years. I was always getting into something, just not being focused and stuff. You know what I'm saying? But like I would go to practice, and that'll be like my get away from it. You know what I'm saying? Not to mention my father, this legend, and I'm thinking at the time I gotta fill these shoes, but those some big shoes.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I left them alone, and I said I'm gonna go my own way about it. You feel me? Because the game of football it's a lesson in it. You feel me? It's about brotherhood. It's about coming together to accomplish one goal. You feel me? And that's on any level. Pee wee, semi pro, arena, NFL, whatever. Y'all trying to win. And to do that, y'all gotta come together and y'all gotta hear each other. You gotta communicate. You gotta come together to accomplish a goal. And that's the main thing I like about football, the camaraderie. You feel me? Bringing it in, also staying in shape with it. Like as of now, the team I play for, the Columbus Storm, shout out to Storm. We coming off a back-to-back championship season in our league, the APDFL, which is the amateur to professional developmental league. You know what I'm saying? And it's for guys who may not have been that star student. You know what I'm saying? They may not have been had the opportunity. Some guys just they be talented, but it's like they don't have the support, like you spoke on earlier.
Right.
So this league, what they do is, and I actually signed a professional contract through this league. You feel me? So that's why I'm always like pushing people to don't think just because you didn't, graduate high school, go to college, sign a D1 contract, this and that and that and
that is over.
You feel me? It's other avenues because that's how I found about it. I said how to play football if you didn't go to college or go to NFL. You feel me? And it just brought me up a whole bunch of leagues, the IFL, the NAL. And for me, it's just like I just want to play.
Right.
I just want to play. Like some leagues paying $1,000 a game, some paying $500 a game, $250 a game. I'm gonna figure that out later. But I gotta get going. Just do it first. And like for the longest time, like after becoming a father, I had left that alone. That's when the music took over. And then, like I said, once I said, you know what, I can't just stop playing. I got to coach. I got to do something. I had my sons, and I'm like, you know what, they gonna see me play that way. If they want to play, they can be like, I got a real live example right here. So it's mainly for them. I got back into sports and balling and doing all that because I had had my seeds. They need an example if they want to play sports. You feel me? Yeah.
All right. So now look, y'all, Turq told me we was open to talk about anything. So like this is so unscripted. Like so bringing the youth into it, right? And speaking on going from Pee Wee League, up until now, and you reconnecting with that passion and love for football. But then again, we also know that there's a flip side to football when we think about the injuries and the physical damage and mental damage that it can do to athletes. And football's come a long way when we think about college athletes now being able to get endorsements and be paid to play, you know what I'm saying? But then we still have these youth leagues, right? And some of them, because you mentioned it's all about the win. We're trying to get this W. And so for those parents, those coaches out there even who push our youth like to the max when it comes to winning and don't take their physical and mental well-being into consideration, what do you say to that?
You gotta have balance. I feel like football is more mental than it is just go hit somebody. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, it depends on like the coach you have. The coaches I've always had, they put me in the best situation possible. It wasn't just, but I see what you mean because there is a lot of coaches like, I'm gonna do what I gotta do to win. You know what I'm saying? And it's like at that point, like kids fall in love with the game. they thinking like, oh, I can't be friends with nobody on the field. Like you the enemy. You know what I'm saying? It shouldn't be like that. I feel like, well, it seems to me, just from the outside looking in, because I hadn't got into coaching yet. You know what I'm saying? A lot of that stuff be about ego. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot like I didn't fulfill, or I didn't become, or I got to make sure that I get some type of glory
off of these youth. Yeah.
Something like I would need to say I did. For me, it's about team. You know what I'm saying? Well, no matter what team I paid for, even in the music, collaborating and doing things. You know what I'm saying? It's always like a bigger goal than myself. You feel me? So that culture is it's all over the place, and it's hard to speak on it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being honest, because it ain't all the coaches.
No, it's not.
But it's a
right. And that's why I say it even falls back to the parents sometimes. Facts. You know, because the coach might be like, hey, little Johnny, you know, he took a hard lick today in practice. You know, we gonna sit him out the next couple of the games. Oh no, he's okay. You know what I'm saying? And his parents, even when I've looked at different documentaries, and you know, I used to be that big sister on the field running up and down the yard line. You know what I'm saying? Like all go, because it was like, and it was travel football. So every weekend, all year long, it was like we were on the road somewhere going something, and it was football. And you could see like the demeanor of the parents is like so aggressive, so hostile, because again, they want the W more than their kids sometimes, and they want their kid to get it so that people are looking at them, they're being scouted. But if they get hurt, they get injured, they have, you know, severe injuries like adults before they ever even get to play middle school, let alone high school football. Like, how is that really in that player's best interest? And we've taken it from seeing them as just a person to seeing them real life as like a object for
in some instances a way out for some
yes
people. Yeah, it's like they meal ticket.
Yeah, and it is. It's that golden Willy Wonka. Like this the last one.
Yeah, we gotta go viral. It's unfortunate that it's like that, because the game, like you said earlier, it came a long way with innovation as to how not to get hurt, and like the things they put in the helmet now as far as extra cushioning, and the NFL even they done cut back on how much players practice in full gear. You feel me? It's more of like calisthenic things and stuff like that, things with cardio. But when it comes down to kids, I feel like it's preparation. Like I told my boys, I didn't want them playing until they was like 12. You know what I'm saying? 13, where I know the body is fully developed. Or it's still developing, but it's more developed than 6. You know what I'm saying? 7. The brain, 6 and 7, that brain.
Your frontal cortex, it's very.
That's real. So I battled with that for the longest. It was like I put them in baseball. Dad, I don't play football. I put them in soccer. Dad, I want to play football. And at this point, it's just saying, y'all, I get it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to prepare and go about it a different way and make sure they got all the protection and stuff they need. But it's definitely came a long way from when I was a kid playing, because it was some kids used to get knocked out at practice. It was, I mean, a lot of times it was like dummy drills.
Yeah, I was about to say, because you put them in the pit and we just ramming. Yeah. And you looking for that loudest.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yes.
Because the kid, you instantly psychologically programmed to think, I got to do this. I got to do that. I got to be. But football it's not just that. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
It's not. It's scheme. It's matchups. It's like we got to know what we reading on defense. It's a mind thing. Like if we don't tap in on the mental side first, all that hustling, bustling don't matter.
Facts.
Because we can't execute the play. So
I appreciate that perspective. For sure.
For sure, definitely.
So in keeping with health and our wholeness, all right, let me tap into the herbal corner real quick and share some of our herbal allies that we connect with in every show to provide us a little balance when it comes to that physical, mental strain and drain of life. All right. And first up is oat straw. Oat straw nourishes the nervous system and supports emotional resilience, often used during periods of burnout and prolonged stress. Next is motherwort, traditionally associated with heart support and emotional steadiness, especially during grief or transition. And I think this one is really good. The fact that it talks about heart support, and we just finished talking about football, and we've seen so many brothers have heart attacks on and off the field. Um, and so I most definitely encourage us to take our heart health, our nervous system even, um a bit more serious as a people, because our nervous systems are in shambles, which is a part of the reason why some of us function and move the way we do, and it seems a little unbalanced and irrational. But also our hearts, and not to just say that we are eating and consuming foods that contribute to heart failure, heart congestion, and things of that nature, but also the stress and the emotional burdens that we carry and that we refuse to let go of. That impact the heart, and we don't realize that it's doing so until it's too late. And so the recurring theme ever since Friday has been let it go. We opened up with the breathing exercises again to let it go. We have to release those stressors, release that doubt, release that fear, release whatever is causing attack on our heart, even when it comes to romantic relationships, even when it comes to family connections. You know what I'm saying? Those people that we want to support us and bring us along, that we stressing about whether or not we not good enough for them to support us, let it go. Let them go. Put your heart and your mind at ease. All right. And motherwort is a good herb to help you do that. So sip you some motherwort tea, meditate with it, and just say, I'm releasing and I'm letting go. And last but certainly not least is the fiery ginger. It symbolizes forward motion and vitality. And we talked about moving forward and going forward a lot throughout the show. And I think it's Cage, the show, and he was like, always forward, never back, and that's kind of been one of my things. And they say that you can't go forward without knowing your past, but that doesn't mean that you sit and you dwell in the past, but most definitely take that reflection and that opportunity to analyze what is behind you so that you can move forward, learning and growing from those lessons and potential losses. All right. Ginger is used to ignite momentum when energy feels stuck. So again, ginger tea. It's cold and flu season right now. So y'all hear I sound over here like a whole frog in my throat. Nevertheless, like, get you some ginger, some honey, some lemon, and boil it and sip it. Even just fresh ginger root chewing you a piece. Yeah, it's gonna be spicy for sure, but it's gonna open up and help you to do what you need to do, whether physically, mentally, or spiritually. All right. So, Turk,
Yes, ma'am.
when you're feeling overwhelmed, when family and life seems like there's an imbalance, right? And you need to reset and center yourself. What are some tools, habits, techniques that you use on a regular basis to help you come back to center? Whether it's sipping tea, I heard you talking about a smoothie a few minutes ago. You know what I'm saying? So, what do you incorporate in your day to day that helps you return to center?
Mm-hmm. I would say, well, first I meditate or I pray, meditate, pray. Get into that quiet place
Mm-hmm.
where you can only hear your thoughts. I used to be afraid of that. That's why I used to like turn the headphones on real quick. As soon as I wake up, I don't want to hear. But now that's it's peace in that. You feel me? You get to pinpoint what's the problem in that. Meditation and prayer. After that, for me, I would say gym, working out, walking 5 miles. Just going, cause that stuff in your head it don't stop. So if you keep moving, you know what I'm saying. I like to think that it'll move itself.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and the third thing, that's why I do music. That's why I write a whole lot. poetry, right? Like I get it up out of there. Like if I'm feeling a certain type of way, I'm about to put it on this paper. And
That's
whenever I
word.
find a beat or, I'm finna do a song about it. So those are my three: prayer, the gym, and music. So
Okay. Not a bad space. And brothers, whether you are writing music, whether you're writing poems or not, it's okay to write. It's okay to get those thoughts on paper, get them out of your head, get them out of your system. You feel me? Whether it's anger, frustration, just even joyous things, you know what I'm saying? Like, and you feel like you can't share them with nobody else. Ain't nobody else really caring, nobody for real concerned. Write it out, sweat it out. You
yeah,
feel me?
that deal.
In a healthy way.
Uh-huh.
And so, Turk, going back to your music, how can people find your music? What upcoming events or performances, showcases can they tap in with you at? Like, how do we get more from Turk the artist?
Oh yeah. So from the artist side, I got the Who Is Big Turk project dropping. Coming on April 11th. It's dropping. No, April 10th. That Friday, put it like that. I got that project dropping. Um, I I got some videos coming up. I'm going out to Dallas, Texas, to do a few shows at the end of this month. We got B Mouse, shout out B Mouse, DJ B Mouse, and his Mouse Fest coming up where he tours the whole US. He's an independent DJ. He, sets up events for independent artists. So I got those shows coming up soon. We'll be doing those in second quarter though.
Okay.
Like April, May, June. For sure. We're gonna get into those. And the video side. I'm doing more interviews also. Hopefully we can sit down again in 6 months or so and talk about some of the things that we don't set goals for. But as far as the music goes, we got Who Is Big Turk, the project dropping. I'm working with Full Nelson right now, one of my producers. My first producer. We got a project about to come out soon. We don't start it on. I got the single already called Reality in the works. Been talking to a few record executives, few labels, not nothing too major, but just to get the business side of things figured out for sure. You got a lot of artists. We don't want to sit down and invest in ourselves. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
We want to take that cheap route. We want to record on that phone. We want to not sit down and go talk to somebody who's been doing something for 15, 20, 30 plus years, and we only been in it 5. You know what I'm saying? See,
Word.
I feel like paying that ticket to go sit down and talk to this person for 2 hours, 3 hours to gain information that's gonna better you is a wise investment. You feel me? Especially if you're serious about it. So that's what I like to do. I like to go and speak to labels and executives, and I've learned that I got a lot more, not a lot more, but it's certain critical things in the business that I still gotta, fine tune. You know what I'm
Facts.
saying? Not saying that what I'm doing ain't good, but I'm good enough now to drop a project and be able to get all the residuals, whether that's mechanical, performance royalty, streaming royalty, just everything. You feel me? I'm still learning the game as far as publishing, copywriting. And that's the thing I enjoy about the journey. Like even when you think you know it, you don't know nothing.
Facts.
You know nothing. The music business, not industry, the music business. Cause
Yeah.
that's what I'm in. You know what I'm saying? I'm in the
Yeah.
music business. I don't like to think like, oh, I'm just a rapper. I think that's what people get messed up. They're like, well, bro, he ain't doing no shows. But I just went to this seminar, this summit, and learned like what gratuity is in a contract and what this type of contract is and how not to do a 360. Or if you do a 360, how it's gonna benefit you. You feel me? That's what artists don't want to sit down and do. That's the
Right.
boring side. But they'll put all that money into a record and don't get no return on it because they don't know how to push it or how to properly market it or come sit down and talk to Nexus.
Yeah.
Or, just gain awareness. You can't be afraid. You can't have fear. You gotta just do it. So the music I make, it don't reach people from Texas to Japan.
Right. We
China.
got Louisiana checking in. One
Oh
time for
yeah.
your niece
For
Koya.
sure, love, baby. So yeah, but it's a large dynamic. I like to not stay one dimensional. You
Facts.
feel me? Not just trap, not just soul, not just rap. I like to do a lot of different things. So we got Who Is Big Turk dropping next week. Um, We're gonna do a single release party, probably at Sister Soul Food. Shout out Sister Soul Food. We're gonna probably get that going. At the beginning of next month, we're gonna do the album release for Who Is Big Turq. And we're gonna probably end up doing like some videos there also. It's a whole content day. It's a non-stop rollout with me, Nexus, because I've learned that the best music comes from experiencing things.
Yeah.
When you get out your comfort zone and you take that unplanned trip to Miami, or you take that unplanned trip just to go to the country and just walk a trail by yourself, you know what I'm saying, or hike or whatever.
Yeah.
You find so much inspiration and just want to in that. Like, okay, now I want to make a song, or now I want to go work out, or I'm back. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So I do a lot of that. I go missing and I find that fire. So we got a lot of stuff playing. Shout out DNA. Shout out Joe Grizz. Shout out Dollar Man Jar, Hot Boy, Alley Gang, 2Ls, Nia Dawkins, it's the whole 229, man. Everybody who doing the music, they serious, they love it, and
we here for it.
Yeah, we gotta stick together, man. We gotta keep pushing each other, making each other proud, making the city proud.
That's word.
That's what Big Turq got going, man.
All right, so it's a lot happening outside of what Turq has going on. So how can they follow you on social media, real quick, before we get into the next thing?
Oh yeah, so Instagram we got Big Turq 229. That's BIGTURQ 229 on Instagram, Facebook, Contravious Turq Cameron. On TikTok, Fly Guy Turq 229. Yeah, that's where we at with it. Twitter, Turq Sinatra. X. X. We Turq Sinatra on X. Fly Guy Turq 229 on Instagram. Contravious Turq Cameron on Facebook. That's how y'all can reach me if you don't got my number. Yeah, what we doing.
Straight like that. All right, so what else is happening? What else is coming up? Well, on Friday, we're bringing y'all a double dose from Voices Radio. With the Venus vibes, we have Wholehearted coming through to talk about his new project, Georgia Streets. And he's an artist off of the Ruthless Killers Records label. Yeah. And we had Jerry Gibson, who's the CEO, on towards the end of last year, beginning of this season. And so that was dope. So after that, we also have the artist networking event that Ruthless and Underground, or Under the Radar Radio, is putting together, and that is taking place. It's an industry mixer on April the 4th, and it's going to be at Lucky Breaks and Billards off of East Oglethorpe. Doors open at 8 p.m. And your girl, a special guest. If y'all ain't seen the flyer, I'm so silly, but I was like so hyped. I was like, what? Special guest on the flyer? Turn me up. We reaching new levels. And then also on Friday, but what is going up? And this ain't no regular Friday, you feel me? Going back to the 3rd with the homie Dub the Plug and his single release party at 809. Dub has most definitely been on the show, so I'm excited for him and what he's doing right now with his music. Much love and appreciation to all of the events that took place this past weekend, from my brother Perry Ford. Definitely big president action with the community block party downtown. It was a smash. I enjoyed every bit of my time spent there, for sure. We also had Rewind, the ladies' first edition, hosted by V.O.I.C.E.S at the Albany Area's Art Council, and our sisters came through and ripped the mic. You hear me? Every poet that took the mic had so much motivation, inspiration, and empowerment, not just for us sisters, but for our brothers as well, when it comes to going back to what Turq was saying about how our brothers perceive us and how they can help to shape the next generation of males when it comes to, our daughters having a nice pool of brothers to choose from. All right. And then we close it out with Down by the Riverside on Sunday. And I'm telling you, that was an ancestral celebration for the books. It was so many new faces. And so we do that again in February, and we most definitely would love to see you all there. Also happening April the 11th is the 5K run and walk Move with Purpose by the MBB Foundation. And I actually got to meet the sister Frederica, who will be on later in the month to talk about this particular event. And there will be a virtual 5K walk and run in conjunction to this, hosted by I have it right here. Give me just a second. I&A Divine Purpose Inc. out of Camilla. So if you can't make it to Lawrenceville, we are painting the town purple through Camilla, all right, to show our collaboration and support of this particular initiative and support of opioid overdosing, all right? So y'all make sure y'all tap into that. I have some of this stuff listed on the calendar online, so feel free to visit thevoicesradio.com for more updates on what's coming next. All right, because it's a lot of good things happening in and around the 229. Big Turq, before we close out with our closing breath work, you have any final words of inspiration or motivation for the people?
Oh, yeah, man. Y'all, first and foremost, keep God first, man. Keep family close. And always lead with love. You know, no hatred. Always find the positive in every situation that you get in, because one bad decision can just ruin everything, bro. So I would just say lead with love. Find the positivity. Every day you wake up, go get it. Whether at 3 in the morning, 5 in the morning, 10 in the morning, 2 p.m., get up with some motivation. Like, let the fear go and just do what you got to do to become a better person. But the main thing, lead with love, bro. But you never go wrong with it. Never.
Never, ever could you. No way. It's okay to care. I don't know who told people that it was like not okay to care for yourself, first of all, and then to express that same care and concern to your brothers and sisters, your neighbors, you know, other people.
Like they were there for it, like, you know what I'm saying? God give you family members, you know, people be messy too, family be messy.
They do.
You got cousins and brothers, it's somebody in that village you can confide in, you know, start a business with. You make a change with, you know what I'm saying? If you got siblings, I feel like those should be your first partners in life that you do stuff with. You know what I'm saying?
On me.
It's trial and error, but you know, you blessed to have somebody, you know, that's yours. Your brother, your sister, you know what I'm saying?
They were given to you.
You can't change that either. Y'all, neither one of y'all. But look, man, we finna do this business venture. You can tell me you're mad at me later if it go wrong, but look,
right. But we finna stick to these guns right now.
So
that's real. All right, ladies and gentlemen, with that being said, this has been another dose of Marz Majik. I'm so happy to have to sit down with her. He most definitely shined light and brought the action, motivational, inspirational, without a shadow of a doubt. All right. I think you froze up over there, so I'm gonna drop you down off the screen. Yeah, you froze. Yeah. Nevertheless, Will, but I ain't want you just stuck on the screen looking like we gotta look out for our people, you feel me? And so right now we're gonna close out with the breathing exercise the same way we came in. We're gonna inhale deeply through the nose, hold it, and release slowly. As we inhale all of that gratitude, because it can shape our attitude and determine our altitude for sure. As we release any and all stress. On 3, breathe with me. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Yeah, don't you feel it? It feels good. I know it. Our closing affirmation is, I grow through every experience. My journey is preparing me for my purpose. I grow through every experience. My journey is preparing me for my purpose. Absolutely. For the people in the back, you know, the ones hard of hearing, they got selectiveness going on. I grow through every experience. My journey is preparing me for my purpose.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I'm Nexus. It was a pleasure to be joined in the studio by my brother, my kinfolk, Big Turq. And we are closing out with Black Boy Joy. Why not? Especially like when y'all smile, it does something good for the soul to see brothers with smiles on their faces. All right. It helps us to know that, you know, there is still hope, that there is some goal at the end of the rainbow. You just feel me? When they smile, the sun shines and we continue to grow straight like that. Peace, love, divine light. We out.
I'm a black boy, I got mad joy, I got sauce, I feel good now, in your hood now, God, and I ain't stressed. I'm just trying to count these blessings. I'm a black boy, I got mad joy, I got sauce, I feel good now, in your hood now, God, and I ain't stressed. I'm just trying to count these blessings. I'm a black boy, matter of fact, I'm the man. Got God's plan, I feel good now. In your hood now, yeah, I'm the man. Feel like Rick Ross. I'm a big boss. What you want?
Yeah.
What you want now?
Man, I'm feeling good, you can't tell me nothing. Zara's back and he up to something. What God has for me, that is for me. Got heaven's melodies raining on me. That's for Mike Brown and Trayvon Martin, Tamir Rice and even Eric Garner. Man, to all of y'all, this is our black lives. That's why your mama like black guys. Cause I woke up early on my born day. 21, that's a major blessing. Ain't been that long since high school, but I know a few that's in the ground and resting. Learning that all of the L's that I take. Did I feel that's really a blessing that's helping me rise? While some of y'all pop my demise, I'ma still have love for the ops. I'ma still speak life through the art. Man, I ain't got time for those shots. See, Pastor been sowing them seeds. Yeah, now I'm just seeking the harvest. Trying to keep a kingdom heart. In a world full of heartless. See, rebel flags don't bother me. Can't nobody stop the God in me.